In this video, we will go over setting the minimum movie segment duration time. This feature allows users to alter the minimum duration of separate captured movie segments, which in turn affects the rate at which your captured movie parts become accessible in the timeline. By default, the minimum segment is set to 10 seconds. It is recommended that you use this default setting of 10 seconds unless you have specific needs that call for a different setting. This should be determined through conversations with your sports tech representative. The setting is found in the Capture Preferences menu and functions very similar whether using AV Foundations or QuickTime Capture. The only difference is that when using AV Foundations, users may also alter the minimum for the General tab of the inspector window. Notice that changing the minimum setting in the inspector window also changes the setting here in the Capture Preferences menu. So I'll start a new capture here. And we can see that our timeline is sitting static at about 4 seconds, even though our movie capture time is at about 10 seconds. Now if we aren't coding anything, our timeline will not update until our default movie segment duration is reached, which is set to 1 minute. Default movie segment time is covered in detail in another video. If I start coding video, the software will shorten these segments to help the coded video show up faster in the timeline. So I'll click my code button here. And because my current movie segment is already longer than 10 seconds, we can see my timeline update immediately. If I click my code button again, we can see that I still have a few seconds remaining before I reach my next minimum 10-second segment. If I immediately click the code button a third time, we can see most of my minimum 10-second segment here in the update counter. So I'll stop this capture and I'll jump ahead a little bit. And we'll go back in our inspector window and change our minimum segment. Again, notice that when I alter the minimum segment from the inspector window, this change is reflected in my capture preferences. We'll start another capture. Again, my timeline will start at about 4 seconds, and we can see our 1 minute default time reflected in the update counter. If I click my code button, because we're only at about 15 seconds of duration, I still have about 10 seconds to reach my minimum segment duration. And if I click my code button immediately after the update, it's easy to recognize that my minimum segment is set to 25 seconds.